One time, me and my mum and Larry did a madness. I can't remember what we did, but she went outside. It's our first house we had. We went to, you know that in the bushes, you had those bushes that had stingy bells. Got a branch, cleaned that off.
No.
And she came to with us. I had to go crazy.
What?
There you will feel me, bro. Welcome. Got some small talks for you guys to eat on.
Talk
to us.
So, Father's Day coming real soon.
When is Father's Day?
You mean serious?
When is Father's Day?
I genuinely don't know. I know when it happens on the day.
Point explains. June 15th.
June 15th.
Yes. Mother's Day was the 30th of March.
No, that one we know. We know what Mother's Day is. Even soon, there's Mother's Day here. And
US.
Yeah, exactly.
PS tried to claim to you're living longer. But it's interesting. You guys don't know when it is. And I think it's a good topic to discuss. Like, Mother's Day, Father's Day, who gets more glory?
Mother's Day, bro.
Of course. There's a comparison.
What's your thoughts on that? How do you feel about that?
Bro, I think it's how I feel about life, innit? You just gotta crack on. Like, just I don't even take it in that Father's Day isn't even celebrated.
So hashtag the matter then, yeah?
I mean,
I wouldn't go that far.
yeah, like it matters, but
it's life. So
no, it matters.
Yeah.
It matters, but do I care?
Yeah,
like
charge
to
it.
the extent? Yeah, you just have to charge it. I don't know if I care too much, but I would like a gesture. I'd like for there to be more
like what?
affirmation. You know what I mean? Displays, but it's not the roses.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I want. That's the crazy. I don't even know what I want.
Exactly.
Just
I get a card, bro.
You get a card.
a card speaks.
I'll tell her. I'll tell her now.
I get a card. I get a card and a meaningful message. That's what.
Okay.
I know Instagram posts.
Yeah.
No, Instagram posts.
No, I get
No, Instagram posts. That one hits different.
You know, I'll give you that. I think for me, I think it's interesting because when I'm talking about the discussion between like the roles of mothers and fathers, and then we could argue that the moms go through a lot. They get pregnant. 9 months. They give birth. The kids are naturally inclined to them, whatnot, and obviously fathers. And I know you two are pregnant fathers and whatnot. So for me, I'm like, is there going to be any type of recognition? Is there going to be any type of narrative out there where men aren't just merely providers, seed sowers, X, Y, and Z, that we actually are a part of the family? And I feel like maybe that feeds into how men subconsciously father, because they feel like the mothers get all the attention of it. Sometimes they just provide, they should just do whatever, but that should just be the standard, aka just get on with it. So I feel like that kind of maybe plays into, do women even feel the need to make more noise about Father's Day?
Do you know what it is? Yeah.
And you guys don't seem to care about it.
Yeah.
I do, small. I feel like, give me my flowers.
I think my mentality towards it is more like a coping mechanism. Expect nothing, therefore anything you do is a bonus, isn't it?
That's good.
That's how I see it.
That's good.
So
Is that healthy?
I don't know, you know.
it gets me through. I promise you. If I don't have any expectations of them to celebrate me, anything that they do is no longer on a scale. It's not like, oh, I did this once, I'm expecting this, or I'm expecting them to do X, Y, and Z, and they fell short of that.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
But then,
Yeah, man.
okay, I hear you as a coping mechanism, but then I'm like, if we're going to be a holistic, healthy, like husband, like man, and also father, like there has to be some sort of two-way stream here of like reciprocation of I honor you, you honor me. If we're in a relationship, you know what I mean, kind of thing. If not, it sounds like you're doing a job.
How would you say that you stepping into the role of a father now has affected your relationship or changed your relationship with your wife?
Yeah, 100. Do you know what? It's funny, yeah. When my wife was pregnant and I'm seeing her go through all these body changes and all the nausea and the sickness, it's like she's developing this child, and you know the child's obviously getting my wife's body heat. my wife's feeding this child, sharing air with this child, and I'm not involved at all in this process. I just feel kind of distant to the whole situation. So it's that she's going ow, 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 and she's feeling, but I'm not really connecting with it. All I can do is kind of rub her and give her words, but I'm not really feeling what she's going through.
Yeah.
Then she pushes this baby out, and bro, I'm not involved in that kind of situation they're going through, and I've got to now learn to have a relationship with this child.
Stranger.
She's a stranger, bro. And then obviously where the breastfeeding is happening, my wife's like the latching situation. Ow, ow, ow. I'm like, bro, you're hurting my wife. Like, I was like, what are you doing? But what was interesting was because I felt so distant, and my daughter only wanted to be breastfed. Whenever I tried to feed her with a bottle, she weren't having it. And I used to feel like a sideman. What am I doing? So I just felt hopeless. I didn't feel like I had anything in me. So that's where I think a lot of that kind of learning to be a father whilst being a husband started to impact our communication. We had to really have a heart to heart. Like, so imagine the first time that I fed my daughter with the bottle, I cried.
Wow.
Because I finally felt connected. I know it's mad, isn't it? I finally felt connected,
that's
bro.
deep.
Was it skin to skin?
It was skin to skin.
Okay,
First time.
How long into it was it? How old?
She was probably 3 months.
Wow.
So I had 3 months without feeding her.
Jeez.
Just changing that. That's the only thing I could do. Change nappies and try put her to sleep.
Jeez.
That was the only thing
3
I could
months.
do. So you could imagine that 3 months, like where my daughter would wake up in the middle of the night and I'd take her, but she wanted breastfeeding. I'm like trying to hold her. My wife will come and try to take off. I'm like, raw, you're probably taking this, that. It felt like my wife was taking the moment from me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was difficult to kind of navigate that.
Interesting.
Because that's you and the baby. How did that affect you and her? Like, were you becoming slackier with her, or was she like, just leave it to me, just let me handle it?
You see, it's interesting. I'm even trying to take myself back there now. I feel like I was a little bit snappy. I feel like I was because I feel like I was trying to connect. I feel like I was, and it felt like in that moment I just wasn't a part of this process.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like in certain ways it would have bled out a little bit.
Do you feel that she had a bit with you as well?
Yeah.
She's tired.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, 100. But you see what I'm saying? Bro, all the postpartum, I'm still able, like after 2 weeks, I'm like, all right, paternity leave's over, let me get back to church and start doing what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? And there's that part of it where it's like she wants to get out as well.
Yeah.
So there was that tension.
That was my tension. Was that? And I'm gonna explain it now. I used to get very psychos like you get to live your life.
Yeah.
You're still normal.
Yeah.
Is it my fault? Like, I'm like, well, what do you want me to? I'm like, I still got to work.
You can't do it.
I can't just sit here. Obviously, hormones are, you know what I'm saying, postpartum, so everything has to take with a pinch of salt. God help us. But that was the main tension where having to even just put myself in her shoes to realize, you know what, like this baby's a blessing, but it has radically shifted her entire existence. And like, she was still trying to figure out who she is as a mum now. And I feel like their process of becoming a mum and our process of becoming a father, I feel like father feels like another step. For them, I feel like it just changes the whole staircase.
Yeah.
Staircase is gone now. I'll start again. For me, I feel like, okay,
It's a treadmill now. You kind of stop. Just gotta
keep going kind of thing. So even like learning how to like just see it from that paradigm, which was a bit difficult. Like, I'm like, we planned for this. We did, but it's not really gonna happen. You know what I mean, kind of thing. But then being emotionally connected, probably the most tension part. Because maybe she felt like, oh, I don't understand. I'm like, yeah, I don't, because I'm a man, you're a woman. I don't understand, but they're still having the space to have empathy and compassion that got tested a lot still.
Yeah, man. So, girl dad, number 2 on the way.
Jeez.
What about you, though, bro? Talk to me.
My situation's a bit different. So, where I met my wife, she already had our first. So she was 2 going on 3.
Okay.
So I missed that bit. So I understand what you're saying in terms of feeling a bit disconnected. I needed to kind of earn not just her trust in terms of am I competent enough to step into the role of this child's father, but also our baby girl's trust. That she at 2, you're not super conscious, but you're also aware that this isn't who I've known as dad.
100%.
So it was all about just fostering that connection. I went from being the fun uncle that came around every now and again to, oh, now you're tucking me in at night. Who are you? So like over time, just consistently showing up, kind of, I don't know, for me, there was a gradual but consistent shift in mentality where I'm not just playing with this kid, I'm responsible for this child.
Okay.
And how it affected my relationship with Lo was more constantly feeling like I needed to level up. Like she had 2 years XP on me that I needed to try and catch up to.
Okay.
So it was a challenge, I'll be honest. And I think the biggest thing that we kept on coming back to was me feeling inadequate in, I don't know what I'm doing right now. And she's just like, it's okay. And I think this is gonna go to a lot of people, it speaks to a lot of people in a situation where they already had children.
Yeah.
Not even the men, I mean the women.
Yeah.
What Lo did brilliantly was that she didn't burden me with anything. She let me take on as much as I can take on.
That's
Yeah, I didn't feel like, okay, now I'll be a dad. It was more like, I've been looking after this baby on my own for the past couple of years. So when you're ready, feel free to jump in. I have no pressure. So
That's good.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna take that. Okay, this is easy. I can carry that weight as well. Okay, cool. Then take this backpack to the point where it's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna take her. You just go do your thing. Even right now, she's in Qatar. She's living her best life.
Come on.
I'm managing the kids.
Come on. Big up my bro.
Big up my bro. It's been respect to even enter a relationship with someone that has had already. Because I know a lot of them have their thoughts on that. Then you even having that space for her to let you grow into that, and even you just having the desire to even to be involved in that. I respect that a lot, man. So, bro, 100. Big on that, man.
Appreciate you.
Right, man, then, please, let's get some food, and we're gonna go and chop in the corner.
You know what I was thinking about as well? You know, there are countless hilarious mothers that you're gonna just catch when your kid or your wife or your, even just you observing the situation that no one will ever know about. No, like you didn't have a camera set up, it just happened, like you just find yourself catch me. Like what? And I think about, for me to have had all these experiences, I wonder what like my dad had. So I mean, so like what the hilarious moments that had or happened with my parents. Yeah. That, or with your parents essentially, what your experience, what kind of thoughts of that experiences?
Funny, I mean, for that, they were being serious, so that for me was funny. Like, when you know when your mom tries to toss at me and she misses. You flop. One time, well, it's really funny. Like, they tried to, like, I'm 14, 15 now, they tried to still try to do the hand thing. Just like, look, fam.
Was that dad?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was dad in there. Or might be one of the, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was dad. Look, fam, we're too old to get that. Fam, so look back at now thinking, right, that wasn't even a bruise to the But my son like saying that I can't beat him. I want to beat him, but yeah. One time, my mum, me and my mum and Larry did a madness. I can't remember what we did, but she went outside. It's our first house we had. We went to, you know in the bushes, you had those bushes that had stinny bells. Got up right, cleaned that off.
No.
And she came and booked us. I had to go creative.
What?
Today you will feel me, bro. But yeah. I can't lie. I compare it to more creative, you know. But looking back, I think, you know what? I think maybe they were, you know, very passive aggressive with what was going on in their work. Kids got the bottom of it sometimes in there, but yeah, but we got lit.
You know what, it's funny. My dad wasn't around for a good amount of time, right? So when I was 10, I remember I used to think my mum was a superwoman.
Right.
And then I went to secondary school. I remember coming back from secondary school with my friends, and my mum would like wrestle me. Like she kept grabbing me in the headlock. My friends would be like, bro, like, your mum's scared. Wow. And then, bro, I remember I started putting my mum in the headlock.
You did what?
But here's the thing, though. It's like, I think my mum was trying to be my dad. In that sense, right? Yeah, because obviously I'm the oldest of 5, innit? My dad came around, so my mum was a single parent of 5.
Yeah.
And then she started to try to do the discipline thing. And it was like, you need to clean the whole house before you go out. You need to be back at this time. You need to do it. And eventually it just wore off. And I wasn't listening anymore. But I think because my dad wasn't around, I kept pushing the boundaries. And so I know that she wasn't looking at things and cackling it. She get it. I know she wasn't cackling. Yeah, she wasn't cackling. So I can't even bring up situations where I can think of it off the top of my head.
You see, and this is where I can controversial stakes about, you know, father and mother in the home are where, like, as much as both parents have their scenarios where they end up being single parents, like, how much can a mother and father a child? Like there's
I think that's right.
yeah. So it's just about how much I'm like, well, it's only so far within our nature that we have what it takes to raise. You know what I'm saying?
What you said, within our nature.
Yeah.
Because I think if the shoe's on the other foot, that a motherless child is gonna turn out in a front.
Yeah.
Because it's not in your nature so much, or maybe not so much, not so naturally to coddle or to be emotionally inclined.
Yeah.
You know, and you know your role is so fundamentally important, and you're so invested in that role that to step out of that and then be a mother to the kid as well is difficult.
Yeah. 100%, man. If anything, it places emphasis on the need for both.
Yeah.
And how to respond. 100%. Like I'm saying, so it's like, you know, me, big up single mom, single dads all the way, and it shows you like the design of that nature is not a holistic experience, you know what I mean, kind of thing. So just it always makes me wonder how different. I don't know friends that come back so that I end up well, you know, but when we do have talk whatever, like it or not, still feel like something's missing on the experience of what would they feel like to have a dad at home?
Yeah.
How would they feel like to have a mother at home?
I would counter that though.
Is it? Yeah.
I counter that saying there are pros and cons to everything.
Yeah.
I think the word says in all things, everything's working out for your good. Paraphrase. But exactly. All things got together for the good of the Lord, and according to purpose. Very cool. It's there. So like, with a single parent, you kind of hyper focus on the traits that you get from that parent. Right? So your mom's qualities would be heightened in yourself. And you being the firstborn as well. I don't know if you guys have seen on social media that firstborn, that firstborn.
I'm a salad.
That there's certain qualities and traits that you innately have. Your brain's working. Solution. I'm a middle child. I take things easy.
Okay.
See that?
I don't.
Yeah. So I'm saying, but it's because you've grown up in a dynamic where you've been, like I said, mom was superwoman. So that's now your normal. I have to operate at a super level because this is all I've known, sort of thing. So again, not ideal that you've had to, but it's helping you in the life that you have now. So
I mean, there's a lot of things that I would say I wish I didn't have to do and be.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so there were experiences, and I'm not going to take these experiences away, like the electricity being off when you come home. The mum not being able to put the emergency electric on. A lot of people don't even know about emergency. Just emergency electric, £8 left on the dongle, pop it in, you go and pay £8 taken off. Just that kind of life. So I knew that struggle in it. And there was one time, hear this, mad story, come home, my mom doesn't have money to put on the electric. So what she does is she makes a game. She puts a candle on and she makes us all lie down in the same bed and she does this game just to make sure that we don't know that the electric's gone off. So we all sleep in the same bed at night. But growing up and knowing that and seeing that pushed me to be more solution-based. The father to my siblings, the disciplinary, you get me? Like I became that person. So there are a lot of things that I can take away from it and say, yeah, it molded me to be who I am. But I wanted my childhood.
My wife and I had this conversation.
Okay.
My wife is the first of three.
Yeah.
And there's a massive gap between them. So it's her, I think, 11 years before.
Sharia. A whole decade.
Yeah, so she literally parented her sibling.
Yeah.
Even till now, to a degree. So, but, so she came into our marriage saying, I do not want our daughter to feel like a parent in this. And in doing so, what we noticed was that no, Kara, don't. You like, no, Kara, it's okay, don't. And so I want to help. So now are we depriving her of an opportunity to learn and develop and grow this responsibility?
Based off what you felt.
Yeah.
Overcorrection.
And we have to be careful as parents that we're not always trying to
experience.
Yeah. It's a sticky one.
Exactly. Balance. It's hard, but I think what we're doing now is we're just allowing her natural inclinations to take place.
Yeah.
So we're not saying go and watch your sister or
okay, let her technique basically. She
volunteers. We're not going to stop
her,
but it's not your responsibility.
Do you know what's powerful about this? Is the fact that the conversation's happening.
Yeah, this was a given before. What you go and watch your
If anything, having kids was house help.
Yeah. You gave birth to watch your
back in the day, you were birthing kids to help on the farm. That was your workforce. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting. So I think for me now, parenting again, other than future kids, I'm being careful not to give them what I never had.
Man, wait. you don't want to give them what you never had.
Yeah, because I'm making their childhood about me, not about them.
Oh.
So I can't focus on what was absent in my life and make it present. Obviously, there's something that maybe like that unknowable house or whatever, blah blah. But it's very careful, like not to shape him based on what I missed out on, because then I'm trying to make Ayo 2.0
Vicariously.
But isn't that what we can do?
It is.
It is, but then there's an element of whereby AJ is AJ. So it's an extension of me, but he is not me. So I want to make sure that I'm being faithful to who he can be, which is once again similar to what they're doing with Kia, like a bit of agency of where let's see what he wants and then let's follow through.
Found his gift rather than make him a footballer because
you want him to be a footballer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like imposing your aspiration.
100%. Yeah, man, it's key. Yeah.
So how are you finding disciplining him based on the discipline?
That's right.
Yeah. It's a discipline area. I think it's interesting.
Your man's gone somewhere.
Yeah, it has, because I think I'm not too thingy on him. Like,
Not hard.
I'm not that hard. No, PS might disagree with me, but I couldn't be the way. But I've realised that I've subconsciously been reacting to something that he does the way that my parents did with me. Kind of thing. Yeah, it's been very interesting. Like, so just and this is more mannerisms than like that behaviour. I'm thinking, wow. And I remember them because there were mannerisms that maybe growing up kind of affected me a bit more when I was older than I was younger. And I realised, right, like, teenage, real, like, I realised that, right, like, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Like, there's some things, an example, I think it's more like, there's one time you just did something silly or whatever, but I think I told him a few times, and then there was a way that I responded to him the last time. That was, I was like, I thought, that was a bit like that and stuff, but then I thought like, that's how my dad used to be with me, with little thing, but much better with me. It took me 4 times to say no, but my dad one time, but I felt like I did what my dad did to him at that time, and he felt like, raw, like, I'm not that much different, you know what I mean, to my parents. I may have a longer temper, but there's something in me that's just DNA. That's like, raw, I need to watch that kind of thing, because in a long day, long moment, could become another sort of scenario. So I've just seen those sort of patterns, but yeah,
I wasn't disciplined.
It was a reckless.
So when I hear you guys' stories, it's like, oh, that sounds fun. No. There's a part of the discipline that I appreciate, and I think I would have appreciated. I think I would have went to university based on that discipline.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So you did something interesting.
I didn't go uni. I went uni when I gave my life. So I had to reparent myself in Christ. I had to rediscipline myself in Christ without a parental figure. Right?
So you not going to uni at 18 was like a rebellious decision for you then? Or
I just didn't have anyone around me that was going to uni.
Oh,
so it wasn't like a thing to do.
It wasn't a thing. Well, my family obviously Ghanaian, so they were doing it. But in my immediate circle, no one was going uni.
Okay.
So I was going wrong,
Follow the crowd.
Yeah, so I didn't have that discipline of you must be this, you must do that, this is how you do this, And because I rebelled against my mum trying to discipline me, I just became rebellious. So I'm saying that I had to learn discipline, motivation, ambition when I gave my life to Christ. Serious. I had to learn all of it when I gave my life to Christ. So everything that I have now that's instilled in me now is due to my faith.
Yeah.
I can say there's obviously things that are translated from my parents.
Yeah.
But naturally a lot of it has come from just Christianity in general.
Right.
So now, in the way that I discipline my daughter, I can say that there is a part of the prodigal father, that which is, okay, I'm gonna extend this. This is, you want to touch the fire? I've said no, don't touch it.
Cool.
Don't touch it. All right, you don't want to hear? You must feel. Touch it. Now, it's two different teachers. It's the same lesson.
Yeah.
Two different teachers. So you can either hear from me or you can hear from life. You know what I'm saying? I've carried that even in my pastoral ministry. It's the exact same thing. I have to discipline in a pastoral sense as well. It's the exact same thing. Like, I'll preach. I've said something to you. Have you heard me? If not, let life deal with it. And I think that's what I carried over from being out of Christ, in Christ, is that life teaches powerful lessons, and I can obviously discipline that way as well.
My dad's a psychiatrist, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
He was very much mind games. Very much man. I remember, and this is something that he used to do quite a bit, and I've carried it into my parenting. He would always let me know when my cup was getting full.
Whoa.
So I never got punished on the first goal by my dad.
Interesting.
He was like, okay, you've done this. I asked you to wash the plates. You didn't wash the plates. Cool. Your cup is getting full.
Wait,
Okay.
that's what you say. Your cup is getting.
Your cup is getting full. The next time I saw you getting around in the streets when you know you're meant to be home, then your cup's at 50%. 75%. Sometimes you didn't go, your cup is overflowing. So by the time you disciplined me, I knew,
It's coming.
Yeah. You got me, like, you got me. You got me.
That one still.
Yeah, I like that still.
Even the punishments themselves, yeah. My dad once seized my phone.
Yeah.
I had a BlackBerry Bold, a white one. Bro, it's gas. BlackBerry Bold, yeah. He took the battery but gave me the phone.
Jeez.
So I'd walk around and I'd be like the whole day, just like it's not. I'm holding the shell of the phone.
It's a good mind game stuff.
After that, I don't know what it was that he corrected me for, but I remember the feeling of lack and like I don't like this feeling. So I just patterned up straight away. Last time I can remember, yeah, he seized my Xbox. By the grace of God, I grew up like pretty well off. So the house there's 5 beds. He hid the Xbox. He said, I'm seeing it for a week.
Yeah.
If you find it before that, you can have it back.
Seriously?
Yeah. So I'll search the house. Searched.
It's like
Couldn't find it. And then week 1 has gone, I haven't found it. Week 2, I'm like, yo, can I get my Xbox back? He said, if you find it, you can have it. Guess where the Xbox was? In your bed. Guess.
Somewhere that you should be going.
Under my bed.
wow.
I was sleeping on this Xbox literally.
But why would you not look under your bed?
Why would I look under my bed? He went into my room to hide my thing. Why would he put it there? I mean, you see, but that's how.
You're like,
Yeah, no, mind games.
MI5 or something. Seriously?
I need to
So now with my daughter, yeah,
Just give me
like,
so much
I literally did this with my iPad. I said, "Oh, you wanna no listen? No problem." Took the iPad, hit down to her bed.
How long did it take her?
Yeah, man.
I love that, you know.
I'm taking that one as well.
Because
I think that still. Collect some disciplines, man.
now, yeah, I'm realizing as well, it just further instills the lesson.
Yes, it does.
Because not only am I, because now the punishment isn't really so much what's in my mind. It's more so, okay, I don't like this feeling. But I'm also trying to develop and grow it in the process of the punishment.
Yeah.
And it kind of drew me closer to him, strangely enough. Like, I was frustrated initially, but yeah, and I think even in the way that I deal with my daughter in these ways, like, it draws us together, because now we're both looking for the iPad.
Oh, that's I love that.
I love that.